I would sing it, but you know what? I don't think the guitar's in key. So I'm going to have to save the singing. Save the singing. Robert Heffernan, Cooking Vamp 78. And I was supposed to have my good friend Sean Moselle on today and talk hypnosis and mind-body connection and some real cool stuff. And I got to kick him 2 weeks from now because he didn't have a mind-body connection that today was the day we were supposed to do it. All right, so you know what I said? Ivy, I'm going Sisters Rodeo. Let's talk rodeo, all right? The rodeo is in town. Sisters' 76th annual rodeo. It's the biggest little rodeo in the country. And the Cowboys are starting to roll into town as we speak. And Wednesday night, it will be kicked off, the rodeo, with the PRCA Extreme Bowls competition. And I just so happen to have a couple of guys that are going to ride bulls, Toby and Kobe Williams. And you know what? I've been working with them, and they asked me to drop in on tonight's training session and give them a few more pointers as the deadline approaches. So let's see what's going on out at the corral, and let me give them some pointers. Whoa, Toby, you got to get that arm back, Kobe. You got to throw it back. All right, Kobe. Oh, it's Toby. I always get these twins confused. Toby, you got to own the bull, Toby. You got to show that bull who is boss, and your weight's way too far forward, and you got to get that arm back, all right? What are you looking at, bull? You eyeballing me, bull? Won't you be eyeballing me? Whoo! All right, listen, I'll come back when you're done riding. We'll talk about it again. See, we start talking rodeo, all of a sudden I got this accent going. I don't even know where it came from. It's my rodeo accent. But I'm super excited for this week. So I've been on the Chuckwagon now for several weekends, and Labor Day or Memorial Day weekend was pretty good. But last weekend was it was terrible. But this has given me the opportunity to try a few things and to see what works and what doesn't work, and what I'm going to get ready for since the Cowboys are coming in town, and I'm going to put back on the menu after extreme success. Hold on. Let's go to the Chucky and let's talk food. All right. So from the Chuckwagon now, you know what's been flying out? The pot roast sliders. Now, I had a little bit of interaction. That's right, Mark, from Weekend Grilling. The pot roast sliders are killing it. They're killing it. And, I knew I wanted to do a beef thing. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do, and I've competed enough in barbecue competitions to know that the brisket is a fickle thing. And if, you can mess up the brisket, and it's a lot of time and it's a lot of money. And if you don't do it right, it's not, but pot roast on the other hand is more forgiving. And I'll tell you why I think it's more forgiving, because there's more fat in that cut, all right? And the fat, let's get back home. The fat works for you, all right? And so, you know what I've been doing for the pot roast sliders? I'm starting with pot roast. I'm doing 2 to a full size chafing dish pan, and I hit them. Just put them in there, right? And hit them with the dry rub, all right? Give it a nice sprinkle of, make it rain with the dry rub. And then you got to get The Medi's, you know, with the green screen and the green, it's disappearing on me. The peppercini, all right? And you pour the juice, like 2 full pot roasts, you're gonna pour about a half a bottle of the juice at least on there, right? And then you're gonna put about 5 or 6 pepperoncinis right on top of each of the pot roasts, all right? Now I got myself a Green Mountain Grill Jim Bowie. That's a pellet smoker. And I've been letting them go to the smoke. I've been setting this pellet grill in. Believe me, every pellet grill and every grill is different, man. You got to work with it a little while and see what temperatures what each setting is giving you. And I've been giving it like 180 on the grill where it's taking the temperature, but the top of the grill, it's showing more like 220 to 230. All right, I've been putting it in uncovered, just with the rub and the Marzetta peppercini peppers. All right, and I let it go to the smoke for at least 2 hours. And I put them on around 11, and at 1 o'clock is usually the end of the lunch rush. And if it isn't, they stay on to the smoke a little bit more. But usually then I'll go out and I'll take foil and I'll cover them tight, all right? And then I let them sit there for at least another 4 hours to 5 or 6, sometimes 5, 6 o'clock, all right? Then these pot roasts, man, they got a beautiful smoke ring, and they pull with the tongs, just insane. They pull apart, pull the excess fat out you can grab there. Then I'm putting them in 1/3 pans, right? Then the thing about it is they go in the fridge, right? And then they solidify, obviously. They fridge up, the fat congeals and everything solidifies. Then I get that griddle hot, and I pull out and rehydrate with, I'm using vegetable stock to rehydrate. And they sizzle and sear on that griddle and caramelize up, and the fat works in and starts sputtering and spitting. And I toast up some slider buns, a little bit of the barbecue sauce, the Back Hills barbecue sauce from North Idaho on each side of the bun, hit it with the pot roast, and then top it with coleslaw and put it on, and praise the Lord. They're insane. They're so great. You know they're good when people say, I'll just have one, and then I'm at about 98% success rate of them coming back to the Chucky and saying, all right, give me the other 2. I need the other 2. So that's what I'm rocking as far as the meat dish, the meat for the Sisters Rodeo. Of course, I got the confit chicken thighs, and those are still flying off the shelf. And it's been so weird doing this food truck thing, because you never know what item's going to sell what day. You know, sometimes I'll go through 8 or 12 or 15 flatbreads, and then some days I'll fire up the pellet smoker that's driving the pizza oven, and I'll open it at 11, and at 3 o'clock the first person will order a flatbread. That's the hardest thing, I think, with this food truck thing is figuring out what the heck people are going to order. So far I have no answer, zero answer. Bless you on the set. There's always something new on the set. If it's not a dog barking, the imagination says bless you. You say thank you?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you from the imagination. Gesundheit. All right. Lori's saying start tracking the daily. I have daily sales and see if I can put it together. If there's any pattern to days of the week and what people are ordering. That's a great idea. And I have that information because everything goes through the Square, which makes, I tell you what, it makes my life a lot easier having that Square unit. Mark from Weekend Grilling is spreadsheet guy. So Mark, how about I just do my Square data and you tell me? I mean, I think maybe I could trade you a rub or something for analysis. Rub for analysis. All righty. Ron from Clean Wrap says weather affects the tastes and needs. That's for sure. It's been hot. Whew. Summer came in a day and a half here. I got to tell you something unbelievable. I moved to the central Central Oregon, high desert, and to get away from the Midwest weather. And we've had nothing but Midwest weather since I decided to open a food truck. It's unbelievable, unprecedented. You know, you got the 8 ball maybe at you when the weatherman's like, this is unprecedented. 92 today, 94 yesterday, and it's insane hot. All of a sudden, they just turned the oven on, and then by Saturday, right, 62 and raining with a low of 36. Are you kidding me? 107 in Fresno. Lori, are you shaking your head? It's dry heat though, right? It's dry heat. You're fine. It's not even a problem. Get in the shade. Andrew says his mom's in Portland, 98 in Portland, and I gotta imagine that there's a bit of humidity in that too, man. Whew. It's just too early for it, but relief is on the way. Only it's way to the other side of the spectrum. 36 the low. I mean, I bet you the mountains might get snow. All right, Lori's gonna take refuge in a brew pub, as we all should. All right, so the weather's crazy, and it's crazy when I decide to open the food truck. I don't know if there's a parallel. I don't want to think that Mother Nature is working me over, but that's just the way it is. All right, so the Sisters Rodeo kicks off Wednesday. If you know anybody in the Pacific Northwest and they're looking for something to do, send them to Central Oregon. The Sisters Rodeo runs Wednesday through Sunday. The parade is 9:30 in the morning through beautiful downtown Sisters. I want to congratulate Allison Fazzolari, this year's Sisters Rodeo Queen. All right, they have a queen. They got everything. It's very true to the rodeo roots. What they do here in Sisters, very authentic, man. They got all the things. They got the bull riding. They got the bull dogging, the roping, all the crazy stuff. Now I've seen it where the bull just circles and picks people off one by one. You got to go on YouTube when you're bored and pull up bull riding poker and see some of the crazies. Is that insane? Right? Wow, a whole new level of respect. Now I've seen them where they all wear the bull riding vests on. Right? They're bull rided up. They're ready to get gored, but those guys look like they just had cowboy shirts on. I don't understand it, but unbelievable. And one of them that I saw, there was 4 or 5 guys and a gal, and she was there well into it. Insane, totally insane. But that's cowboys for you. No more clowns. Everybody's a clown that gets into that bull riding poker, gets into a seat. You got to be a clown to do that. Unreal. All right, listen, it's going to be a short one tonight because I had to throw it together very, very quick. Next week, I got Arnie from Grill Junkie Guy on. We're going to talk grilling. We got a whole new run, so order away. Lori, you got to give me your address because you still got rub coming from the Christmas contest. Another thing, next week, I'm going to give you guys the link. We're partnering with an Amazon expert. I didn't even know there was those type of things, but there's an Amazon expert that we're going to be working with and selling the rub. And I would really appreciate, actually, if you're going to order rub, hold off and buy it on Amazon in the next week when it's available. And obviously, giving a review on Amazon goes a long way towards us selling more rub. So I would really, really appreciate that if you could do that. And we will tweet out and send out the links to those Amazon pages where you can buy rub. And 2 thumbs up or 3 or however many thumbs you have would be awesome. All right, guys, you guys have a great week. Happy Monday. Do yourself a favor and cook somebody a meal. All right. I saw on Netflix, who's the author? Hey, producer, who's the author with the cooking, the cooking?
Michael Pollan.
Michael Pollan. He did something, a little Omnivore's Dilemma. It's called Cook. There's a series on Netflix. Highly recommend it. And we need to reverse the trend, man. We need to get people cooking at home more and Heismaning the Heisman Trophy to processed food. All right, listen, I got to just give one more tip because it's so much fun. Your arm back, your back, and then you got to dig the heels in. You got to dig the heels in when he's coming back down. And quit eyeballing me, bull. You quit eyeballing me, bull. I'll take you down. All right, you guys have a great week. We'll see you next Monday on Cooking Vamp 79. By the way, this week's Therapy Thursday will be Allison's season finale for season 1 on Mangia TV. Please stop in and watch her episode this Thursday night. And other than that, keep taking care of each other, and I will see you next week. Roll the credits.